Welcome back to Star Strong, Shine Bold, the space where we talk about life, purpose, and the little things that help us shine just a little brighter each and every day. I am Coach Rebecca, your host, and today we're talking about something simple, something we often overlook, but something that can completely change the way we move through our days. Stretching. Not just the fitness kind, though we'll talk about that too. I'm talking about stretching your body, your mind, your spirit, and your purpose. Picture this, a runner preparing for a marathon. They don't show up on race day and hope for the best. They train for months. They build endurance. They strengthen muscles no one even ever sees. And the right time, right before the big moment, they stretch. They loosen up what feels tight. They prepare their body to do something huge. They honor the work they've already done by getting themselves ready for what's next. Now, think about when you prepare for something, like a presentation, an interview maybe, or a speech, or how about a difficult conversation? What do? You may research or rehearse or go over in your mind over and over what you think you're going to say or having responses to what you want to say. You learn something about yourself, something about the subject matter that you're about to speak on. You stretch your mind to hold new information with new possibilities. Stretching is a form of respect for the moment that's ahead of you and for the person you are becoming. Now let's talk about the mornings, the moment our feet hit the floor. Be honest. How many of you roll out of bed and your body says, "Ouch, what was that?" The creak, the crack, the stiffness that whispers, "You really thought you were just going to start your day like nothing happened?" And yet, we do that same thing emotionally. We do it mentally, and we even do it spiritually. We jump straight into our busy lives without warming up the parts of ourselves that carry the biggest load. So imagine, what would change if you stretched before you stepped into your day? Not just your hamstrings or your back, but your attitude, your awareness, your intention. A physical stretch wakes up the body and the muscles. A mental stretch wakes up your mind. And a spiritual stretch wakes up your purpose. Now, if you've listened to this podcast for any amount of time, you know that I am a Christian. That is how I stretch my spirit. That's where I grow, through reading God's Word, reflecting, praying, and aligning myself with His direction for my life. But here's the beauty of life and humanity. We don't all stretch the same way. Some people journal. Some meditate. Some people read affirmations, while others take quiet moments with their coffee before anyone else wakes up. And some ground themselves in nature or sit in stillness. So for all of my listeners, no matter what your practice looks like, this is not about telling you there's only one way. It's about doing it your way. This is about encouraging you to have it your way. Because you deserve a moment in your day, preferably at the start, to align yourself with your values, your purpose, and your inner compass. Stretching your spirit is simply making space for your deeper self to breathe. Life pulls us in every direction. There are seasons we feel tight, stressed, and overwhelmed, like everything in us is clenched and holding on. But stretching daily intentionally keeps us flexible. It will keep our minds open, keep us from snapping under pressure. When we stretch, we respond instead of react. We notice opportunities we would have ignored. We make space for gratitude. We build resilience. We walk through our day with more ease, more confidence, and more presence. Just like a runner avoids injury by stretching, we avoid emotional and spiritual injury by preparing ourselves for the race we run every single day. So here's my challenge for you this week. Choose one way to stretch your body. Just one simple movement in the morning. Choose one way to stretch your mind. Read a page. Learn something small. Ask yourself a thoughtful question. And choose one way to stretch your spirit. Whatever that looks like for you, do it with intention. Prepare for your days in a way a marathon runner prepares for the race. Honor the life you're living by warming up the parts of you that make it possible. You deserve a life that feels flexible, strong, and energized. And stretching physically, mentally, and spiritually is one of the simplest ways to get you there. Until next time, my friends, stay star strong and keep shining bold.